Circumstance wants to change the way that governments, production companies, and consumers capture, view, and analyze videos. So with me to explain a little bit more about how all that is going to work is the founder and CEO of Circumstance, Glen Devitt. Great to have you here.
Thank you for having me.
And CEO of Wall Street Capital, Doug Anderson. Great to see you again. So Glen, just start to explain a little bit about how does Circumstance work?
So it works is, based on our experience in the past, is the only thing not captured of a soldier is video footage. And so we're seeing the government move to a synthetic environment and the intelligence on the battlefield, how important video is playing. And so we looked at it about 3 years ago of trying to see of how do we really capture it. And at the time, we didn't have the storage ability or the streaming processing power or everything. So we projected out with 5G coming in play, how small chips are now getting and storage capacity is shrinking down to a terabyte in your hand.
Yeah.
And so we said, all right, how can we go about it? And so every other tech company out there was trying to micronize cameras versus integrating around the helmet itself.
Okay.
And so there's our patent process right now that we have.
Okay, so you have a patent process for a helmet that will be worn by, and you're envisioning soldiers, but they would have other applications as well, right?
Correct. Soldiers would be the first in there, and it's a design patent, basically spreading and distributing the weight and the processing power throughout the helmet.
Okay.
And so after that part, if you look at the NFL, NHL, MLB, any major sports, you're starting to see that they're trying to 360 capture everything so the user experience at home can actually see through maybe Tom Brady's eyes or see through an NHL player's eyes. And so in 2019, the Winter Classic was the first time a sporting event actually put 360 cameras on the referees. But you couldn't watch it in real time. You had to go after the process to rewatch the game.
Okay, all right. So it could be used for a number of things. I mean, gather intelligence, prove someone's innocent or guilt, or learn from that? I mean, what are all the ways that we could use this video?
Well, I mean, the demand for this kind of technology is growing rapidly. So there's huge markets for it, not only military application, but let's take a look at the gaming industry and the AI, virtual reality. These environments can be significantly enhanced by this. And then as far as the military application, I mean, can you imagine, because his patented design not only has the cameras, but also audio, and you're going down the street, suddenly there's a shot, and your wrist can tell you exactly where that shot came from. You're not guessing anymore, you know immediately. How much of an advantage does that give our troops? That's significant.
Yeah, well, and as you mentioned that, I started thinking, I mean, in a way, this could prevent conflicts. If we know like how they can be stopped, or there's intelligence that you can gather beforehand. I mean, not only does it do it after the fact, but if we know that things are being recorded, it might be able to prevent things in the future.
Correct, also, and it's not just our soldiers, it's partner forces. And so it's a force multiplier. If we can go and not have our soldiers in harm's way fighting other conflicts, is putting them out there, 3D mapping the whole environment, you really start to understand it. And I was in Iraq from 07 to 09. I had to walk down streets where hundreds of thousands of soldiers have had to be walked before. And he said, why aren't we collecting it? Why aren't we making Google Street View for every soldier out there? And so we can really see the environment, analyze the data, people that are walking through. And so right now with the camera technologies, if you look at the Niger ambush that happened to Special Operations soldiers, they're using off-the-shelf cameras and they're not encrypted. And so if something happens to the soldier, they have that video and now it becomes propaganda of the soldier's last life.
Yeah.
And so we're encrypting, we're streaming real time, you're going to be doing analytics across all of that video.
Okay.
A soldier doesn't want, I mean, there's the HoloLens that's out there, they're trying to already see the battlefield. How can we give intelligence to the soldiers in real time? But I don't know a single soldier that wants a screen over their eye when their life or death matters with the way they pull the trigger. And so we'll be able to do that, is stream the information to it and then relay the information in real time back.
I see. So it can be live streamed to somebody at a headquarters somewhere, and they can give them intelligence about turn right, stay away from this building, something like that.
With all the advanced AI algorithms we have now, a human doesn't even need to watch it, but a commander could in the back actually watch the video and see what's going down on the battlefield.
What about battery life?
So battery life's huge, right? With now with wireless charging, you have the batteries, how they're micronized. That was the biggest thing, is we can shrink it down. Right now, all these companies are going small, small, small. Well, when you go small, you also sacrifice the quality of video, and it turns into just a camera. It's not an intelligence platform. And so the way our patent design is, we'll have longer battery life. We'll be able to process it in real time, and our cameras will be designed where we can actually get depth out of the video to see facial recognition.
Okay.
There's not a single camera out there that's doing that.
So where are you in terms of the patent?
So I'm fully patent approved as of July for the design, and we're patent pending right now in the utility. I submitted them close to 3 years ago because I saw the rate of growth with storage. I saw how they were micronizing the chipsets and going through, and I knew that was the time. I knew that the technology did not exist, but it was going to exist by basically predicting the technology growth.
Yeah, okay. And we're here now.
Now we're
so,
here.
Any idea, Doug, how big this market could be? Maybe just even for the military? And,
It's approaching $2 billion now.
okay.
And that's just that one kind of narrow. Then you've got police, you've got the gaming industry, which is huge.
Okay.
And again, the advantage of this thing, I mean, can you imagine before a soldier's deployed, he's going through a virtual environment where he's seeing the exact streets that he's going to be walking down. He can recognize and know where he's at. It's not terra incognito. It's a huge,
It
huge
could, I mean, life and death
advantage.
Yep.
Yeah.
situation.
Yeah.
Okay, so how can somebody find out more about Circumstance?
They can go to circumstance.com. They can reach out if they want to know more about it. But I mean, like if you go to also to the market side, it's the government's already spending $10 billion to create a synthetic environment, and they don't have a means to create fully that environment. And so this is going to add fully to it.
Okay. So, Glenn, tell me about your management team. How are you building that out? Do they also have military experience?
So I'm diversifying. We're trying to find people that are smarter and better at me in the business side, because I know this is a huge idea. It's bigger than where I'm at right now. And so I brought in the former CIO of BlackRock, Peter Kinez, that's helping with that side of growing the strategy, Doug Anderson, to come in and kind of guide this to make sure that we have the right investors that are coming into our team that can add value, not with their money, but also with their network.
Okay. Anything else about the management team? That's good.
You know, they've got experience from probably one of the most successful security companies that we all know, BlackRock, and then some Goldman Sachs experience as well.
So you've got the defense, you've got the military experience, you've got the business experience, and
Yeah.
I mean, it's a smart way to do it. So
Absolutely.
okay, thank you so much.
Thank you, ma'am.
Glenn and Doug, for coming
you.
in. Thank you. And thank you as well for joining us. We'll be right back.